How much cash should you have in your business? I'm James, this is the channel dedicated to the small and medium-sized business owner. Please subscribe to help the channel grow and keep the content coming. The topic of cash reserves is an interesting one. People are very divided. On the one hand, we are living in times of unprecedented inflation, meaning it's financially beneficial to keep your cash on hand low and put as much as you can to work to get higher returns. On the other hand, when you have no cash at all, and I'm sure everyone watching has experienced this at some point in their life, it can be very stressful, have a significant negative impact on everything else in your life, and if it really goes wrong, you can lose everything financially. I can see both sides of the argument. Personally, I have had times of extreme frugality in terms of cash, but also times of leveraging up aggressively on opportunities. Jim Collins, in his book Great by Choice, talks about how great companies always have extra oxygen canisters, i.e. cash reserves. And the data he discovered while researching the book was interesting, that great companies carry 3 to 10 times more cash than lesser competitors. This is primarily to protect against unknown events. You can't get a better example than the pandemic and the shutdowns that impacted so many businesses across the world. Who knows what the future holds, but COVID has certainly increased awareness for black swan events and the fact they can appear suddenly and have a material impact. Here is a direct quote from Collins. 10Xers, i.e. great companies, remain productively paranoid in good times, recognizing that it's what you do before the storm comes that matters most. Since it's impossible to consistently predict specific disruptive events, they systematically build buffers and shock absorbers for dealing with unexpected events. They put in place their extra oxygen canisters long before they're hit with a storm. So in summary, yes, it's costly to put aside cash from an opportunity perspective, especially if it's been eaten away rapidly by 9% inflation. But a failed company is far more pervasive and costly overall than missing out on certain opportunities. I think 6 months of operating expenses is a great place to start for most businesses. Why operating expenses? Because operating expenses, or G&A, reflect fixed costs that carry on regardless. If you really were in trouble and had to stop selling for whatever reason, you could likely pull back on some or all of your variable costs or COGS, meaning that your fixed cost reserves are most important to save for. For my businesses, they are now in 2 camps. Camp 1 are the businesses where 6 months of cash reserves are already in place, and Camp 2 are the businesses that are working towards having 6 months of cash reserves in place. What has your experience been with building cash reserves? How did your business do through COVID? What do you now believe about saving for black swan events? I'd love to hear in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.